Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends. So since we know who are the managers now, we've also known what are the common mistake a manager does, and we also known what are the good qualities a good manager should have. Now we should know what are the different managerial levels that every manager must enjoy. Let's focus on this video to understand what are the different levels of management, why a management in an organization or why a manager in an organization is so important. Every organization has managers who are entrusted with some or the other responsibilities of guiding and directing their entire organizations to go and achieve to a particular level or a particular goal. Managers administer and coordinate different resources effectively and efficiently to channelize their energy towards the successful accomplishments of the goals of an organization. Managers are required in all the activities of the organization. Their expertise are vital across the departments throughout the organization. So managers play a very crucial role because without them, the organization cannot lead to the next step. There has to be a person who is responsible for his particular department, who is responsible for a set of staff, who can do the controlling and coordination commanding really well and take the organization to the next level. Show me one organization which works without managers. In fact, one organization which works without set of managers. Only one manager is not enough to run the entire organization. Managers are primary force in an organization's growth and expansion. Larger organizations are particularly complex due to the size, process, and people and the nature of business. So the more bigger the organization, the more precise the work and the more number of managers to handle the process, people, and definitely the nature of the business. The organizations need to be cohesive, whole encompassing every employee and their talents. So each and every employee exploring their talent has to be the main goal of an organization. Tell me one boss who doesn't like even one employee working right. That employee is not tolerated. So the major goal or the major responsibility of the management itself is to have employees working to the fullest to give 200% to the growth of the organization. And for all the employees working in the right direction, the manager is someone who's held responsible at the end of the day. Working towards your goal, working towards the business goals is something that is the only goal of the manager and his focus. Depending on the focus, then he creates a clear vision of his entire staff who's under him for a perfect goal and all work together in that way. This is an extremely challenging endeavor and requires a very highly effective managers that could envelop the people management and communication skills. Someone who is excellent at people management and someone who is excellent at his communication skill would be known to be the most effective manager. So depending on the effective and efficiency of continuation of video. So depending on the effectiveness and efficiency of the managers, the managerial levels are then designed and organized. The first is definitely the top management. Now here, the top level executes direct the organization to achieve its objectives and instrumental in creating the visions and the mission of the organization. They are the strategic think tank of the organization. They are known as the think tankers who finally have a vision for their brand. So this top management can be the owners, can be a business analyst, can be someone who's called to create a brand image. So all these people who finally have certain analytical skills are the people who are the top management, who finally design the goal, mission, vision of the entire organization. They are the top management. Then comes the senior management. So senior management are the people like the general managers who is responsible of the entire aspects of a company. So a general manager is someone who looks at everything generally and has his own pyramid under him of different managers. He's the one who's managing the entire show overall. He is accountable of managing people profit and loss. So he also has to deal with people along with profit and loss for the organization. These are the major resources which take the organization to the next level. General managers usually report to the company board directors or the top executives and take directions from them to direct the same functions to their business colleagues. So it's like an hierarchy. Comes from the top management to the general manager and flows to various managers below the general manager. The next that comes are the functional managers. Now, after the messages from the hierarchy are conveyed from the general manager to the flow other different types of managers. So the functional managers are those managers who start working on the directions given from the general manager and from coming towards the top management. The functional manager is responsible of a single organizational unit or a department with a company or an organization. Now, he is a department manager or he can also be a unit manager. He in turn is assisting or supervising a bunch of people, a group of managers again within the same unit or management or department. So in the department also there can be n number of managers. He is the one who's functioning, helping them to function out in their own way and responsible for if a department or maybe managers involved in that department. He is responsible for department's profitability and also success. He is also responsible for any loss occurred by his own department. Now the next hierarchy which comes down is the line and staff managers. Now, these are the managers who actually process in their own departments. Line managers are directly responsible for managing a single employee or a group of employees. So suppose if there is a department and there is a manager in that department who has like say 10 staff under him, he is responsible actually for all the 10 people working under him. They are also directly accountable to the services or product line of the company. For example, just to give you an example, a line manager of an X company is responsible for manufacturing, stocking, marketing, and profitability of his unit or his team. So just to give you an example of how the department works. Now these are the people who actually should have amazing people management skills and amazing problem solving skills. Because every day there will be different situations and issues that they will be going through. And the staff goes through and finally comes for a solution to the manager. The next manager would be a staff manager. The staff managers, I would say, are like assistants to the line managers who help the employees, overseeing other employees, overseeing their subordinates in the organization, and generally head revenue, consuming or support departments to provide the line managers with information and advice. So these are very closely working with the line managers, and they help the line managers as assistants to help them reach to each and every staff to understand and the line of working, the functions, the directions that are given to follow the instructions, and finally also come out with a end-to-end win-win situation. The another line of managers would be project managers. Now, every organization has multiple projects running simultaneously throughout its cycle. So there would be a company who would take 10 projects for this year. So every project has to be in various different terms, terminologies, functions, various ways of working towards it. Every business has its own fundamental. The same way, every project would have its own fundamental. A project manager is primarily accountable for leading the entire projects from its inceptions to completion. So right from the beginning to the completion, the entire project goes into the hand of a project manager. He plans and organizes the entire resources required to complete that project. Whatever is required, he would plan accordingly. So a project manager is again someone who leads the entire project, would have n number of managers under him, would have n number of line managers under him, n number of supervisors under him. He's also defined a project goal, and he's also known about the objectives, which now he has to decide how and what intervals are it supposed to be delivered, and sit with the team and make them very clear about the vision so that the final project is completed. So friends, after looking at all this, there are these hierarchies which are different managerial levels. Let's look at the hierarchies. It's the top management, a management which decides what the goal and the mission of the organization is, the senior management, and the functional management, even for that matter the project managers. Now these are the people or the managements responsible of taking the instructions from the top management, and these are called middle level management, where they take the instructions from the top level and pass it down to the lower level management. The lower level managements, I could define them as a line or staff managers. Now this is a lower level management where the instructions given from the top management comes and has a strategic planning done in the middle management, and finally comes for the functions or the working towards the lower management. So if you put it in a pyramid, it's like a hierarchy. If you can see, the top level management, the middle level management, and the lower level management. So these are various levels of managements, and I'm sure we all should understand which level are we standing. So when you are at the lower level management, as managers, I wish you all the best to move yourself ahead and reach towards the middle level management, and I further wish you luck to go to the top level management. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay tuned to Ekeeda and keep subscribing to our channel. Thank you.